My presentation is about William Eggleston. He was a very influential person during the latter half of the 20th century. It was because the portraits and landscapes he had created reframed the history of photo's relationship with color. The reason he started trying color was just because he was curious about it and wanted to experiment with it in the 1960s. This challenged the controversy between colored film and photographers as they saw it below them. He was born in Memphis, Tennessee. He was inspired by the photographer Robert Frank and French photographers Henry Carter Brenson's book and The Decisive Moment. His first camera was also a Canon rangefinder. William started taking photos in black and white, but began his experimenting with color in 1965. Many people had been surprised with the pictures he had, as it had a certain snapshot aesthetic, which spoke to new cultural phenomena as it relates to photography from a different perspective. He used color negative film while taking photos in 1967. Around this time, black and white was beginning to be accepted as an art form, largely due to the effects of many other artists. The Red Ceiling was a photograph he took in 1973, which Eggleston himself said, "The red ceiling is so powerful, I've never seen it reproduced in a page to my satisfaction." This was described as one of his most famous photographs, and is widely recognized. He knew red would be a difficult color to work with, as a little red would be enough to work with, but a whole surface would be a big challenge. The red saturation and the white lines made the photo pop more to the viewer, and the angle of the photo makes the room look smaller. The picture arouses different emotions from each viewer, as everyone will feel something different. The photo catches the eye right away with the white wires and contrasting red. Eggleston played with many different techniques, like using the scale of size and sometimes putting things in the background, which is the simplest thing to look at, but if you look closer, it becomes more complex. Many things are shown in his photos, from simple photos with different aesthetics to important problems the world is going through. His eye catches many different things, and he has a very unique style. In this photo, he has a tricycle which looks very large and a regular neighborhood as the background. There is no emotion in the picture other than an agnostic feel. This is Eggleston's first successful color negative. It was taken just as Eggleston started experimenting with color photography at an American supermarket. As his wife Rosa, Eggleston explains, "We were surrounded everywhere by this plethora of shopping carts and ugly stuff, and that's what he was taking pictures of." The photo of a boy pushing the cart in a ritualistic way. This amateur color photograph of a teenage boy's portrait moves beyond the banal into the realm of the monumental because of the tremendous effort put into orchestrating life down to the most millennial task. His photos are known for having a certain aesthetic to them. They also have many different things in the picture to help give the feel of the picture. Eggleston found the beauty in everyday life and managed to take extraordinary photos and called it his dramatic method of taking photos. Just everyday things are enough for him, as he only takes one photo of his subject and won't try to retake it. His photos are open to interpretation to anyone, as nobody sees the same thing.